There he is. Okay. So, we'll be able to add him via this. Invite. And now we are all in. So, basically how this is going to work is we are going to go ahead and get this thing started. Let me just double check the settings. Don't want anyone waiting around anymore. So, the way this works is it's going to be double elimination, so no one is getting knocked out this round. However, one team will move on to the winner's bracket. One team will move on to the loser's bracket. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and go. Alright, so, let the first match of Skia's Summer Overwatch Ulti-Duo Tournament begin. Yeah. Alright. So, getting started here, like I said, we have the ROOOLLIN Thunder versus the Magicians. Hopefully those will be on the right sides of the screen. They will not. I have to switch them around. Good times. You're over there. I'm pretty sure there's a way you can predict which side they're going to be on. I think it's based off color. But now you basically know which one is which up on the screen. Basically just getting to that thing where you sort of assemble your heroes. Setup period will begin very shortly. And we are going to be able to sort of fly around here using technology and cameras and stuff. You know we play the next match? Oh yeah, you guys do. That's against Pigeon Division, if I am correct. That's some people from the Ben stream. I know some people are hanging out in there from Ben's little community. So, it looks like what we have so far as the lineup is concerned, we have Megonjin as Mercy with the Warp Storm, as Roadhog, which is a pretty standard, kind of predictable lineup there. Let's see what the other team has going on. We have a Torbjorn, which can be really annoying defending this first point, so interesting decision there. Seems like it makes sense. Accompanying him is Soldier, which is an interesting choice because, of course, we don't know, basically, how it's going to work out with a support character for them, but we will just sort of have to see. Match is live now. We have these teams going up. The Mercy Roadhog coming in, meeting heavy fire from the opposing forces. They have not seen the turret yet, I don't believe, though. That is a fairly common turret spot. So we're just sort of waiting for this team to be pushing forward. They're sort of looping around into these buildings, sort of trying to make all of this spam that's coming their way not an issue. However, it's kind of risky. They're taking a lot of damage, including the Mercy, which is going to be a very high priority target for this team. They're sneaking around this point here, and this is the first major choke of the map, is this point right here. It seems that the turret has been abandoned and dealt with. Looks like the Soldier got hooked by the Roadhog, and there is the first death of the tournament. That is the Warp Storm taking down Simon, and they don't want to push up too further much because even though they have one player down, the Torbjorn did pop their ult, and they are not completely sure where this turret is now. Now that Warp Storm sees it though, he is able to take it out swiftly and easily. Looks like the Soldier is back up, misses the hook, and it looks like Soldier is getting some pretty cocky time, just sort of looping around him. Does manage to take out the Mercy, however, the Roadhog carries it through. So it looks like that this first point should go towards Team ROOOLLIN Thunder. That is the Roadhog carrying it through. Mercy should be up very shortly. They will have both of the ultimates ready for the ROOOLLIN Thunder, which is going to be definitely a huge deal for ROOOLLIN this Thunder. More like ROOOLLIN this game, because neither of the opposing forces have their ultimates. Takes down the Soldier with relative ease, has his Mercy here, making sure that nothing is happening to this Roadhog. We've got some pretty good spam from Dice here, who did switch characters onto Zarya. We also have Phobic coming up here very shortly with the Pharah. But for now, we sort of got this sort of peeking game. It's just a peeking sort of around this little Jeep thing, which is a very nice color for a Jeep, by the way. But focusing on the match, this Zarya is definitely holding her own. But unfortunately, this Mercy's heals are just going crazy. Gets into a little bit of a sprift there, but is fortunately able to get out. We have Dice just putting up the game of his life here until the D.Va finally spawns and comes around. I guess we didn't get to see the Pharah. They thought maybe the double tank could maybe combat this Mercy. Oh, but with Dice getting focused down and the ultimate coming out, it seems that the double tank still needs that support character that it seems is working very well for Rollin' Thunder, but we'll just have to see if they sort of catch on to that. Right now, the D.Va looks like she's been going down. She can pack a scary amount of damage, though. She is almost got back in her suit. Did not start going for the Mercy for some reason, which I am actually sort of questioning the decision-making on that, but I mean, when you're just a little Mercy against a Roadhog and a little D.Va against a Roadhog and a Mercy, you sort of, I wouldn't be thinking straight either. We have still this Magician side of things, not having a support character, and it seems to be working so well for these guys. We do have a Graviton Surge out now, though. Does manage to take down the Mercy before she should get the res off. This is going to leave the Warp Storm without a support character, and he is very low on health, but so is this Zarya. Providing very good spam in here, able to get a heal off, which, again, neither of these players really have the ability to do. Which makes me almost think, could the Warp Storm, this Roadhog, take down these two characters just because they have such good healing? This Mercy just sort of like creeping in there, but eventually finds their ally and is able to keep his health up. Looks like both of the members of the Magicians are getting pretty low. Roadhog does go down, but that Mercy ult was there to save the day, and it looks like the Junkrat goes down just on a sliver of health, doesn't manage to make it out of there. We've got the Roadhog here doing a very good job of protecting his Mercy. Dice, giving it all he's got, I'll give him that. It's just they really need a support character. Manages to get their ult off, but I mean, with no one to follow up on it, and Graviton Surge is, as you know, very much an ult you need to follow up on. It does not do much damage on its own. We do have Junkrat with his ult, which is maybe why they're not switching off of their characters, because obviously they need a tank, and, well, you don't want to switch to a support if you have your ult. However, will this be a fatal decision? It looks like the Rollin' Thunder is going inside. The ult gets the Mercy, which is a huge pick. They had 92, now 93% ult, which is going to lead for the first wipe against Rollin' Thunder. That is the Magicians taking them down. A huge Riptire by the Junkrat. Now, even though this was successful there, that's only because they had an ultimate. I'm not really sure about why he did that. Anyways, even though they did get the wipe there, that's only because of that ultimate. I really wish I would have seen a switch to a support character, but we will see how it goes. So, looks like the Rollin' Thunder are sticking with their same rollout. Looks like, it's like it's a pretty even here. Looks like the Rollin' Thunder is, getting a little bit more out of this fight because of that constant healing coming out. I'm gonna keep saying it, I guess. They really need, these Magicians need a healer character. We'll see if Phobic will go support, and they do. We will have a Zenyatta coming out, but will it be too late? Vice is really low health. Does the ult, but unfortunately they managed to scurry away from it. It's going to be a very close match. Looks like Zenyatta is able to come in here and actually just basically got up in time to sort of heal Dice back up. However, with the Mercy res and the ult coming off from the Roadhog, it's pushing them back a lot. They are getting severely hurt though. The Warp just actually went down to this massive Zarya damage. It looks like she has a very sufficient charge. Let's actually check on this and see how much charge she actually had. She had 65 when we checked on her, which means she's probably up in the 70s. maybe in the 80s at that point. I'm liking this decision to go support at this point because obviously have a Zenyatta, you're getting those heals, but Zenyatta, especially with the buff, is able to do a lot of damage now. So they still get that damage quote-unquote character that they wanted, but now you have heals to go with it. Looks like the same lineup coming from ROOOLLIN Thunder, but we will see essentially if it has better results against this new combo from the Magicians. Looks like we've got the ult coming out from the Zarya, manages to take down the Mercy and the Roadhog. It looks like they finally found their niche here, the Magicians, with their support and tank characters. That's what the ROOOLLIN Thunder was rolling out with at first. However, it looks like there is a little bit of switching up in the ROOOLLIN Thunder side. It looks like we see a Diva coming out with the Roadhog, so they are abandoning all hope on those support characters. It was not working out for the Magicians at the beginning of the game, but we'll see if this double tank combo does something to sort of stir something up. We do have Roadhog who can heal himself, do the opposite of that here. Which might be like a quasi-support, a solo support. We already see, though, Diva going down, but it looks like they managed to take Dice down. Looks like, I guess they just weren't expecting that massive damage. They were expecting the Mercy again, and wow, that Zarya went down really quickly. They still have 20 seconds. They should be able to spawn back for this final push. This is going to be this first round. We are going to see if they are able to push this through. Everyone's on the cart right now. It's really tense. We have lots of damage going both ways. Looks like the Zarya is taking more damage. Looks like the Roadhog takes them down, which only leaves the Zenyatta. They take them both down. The Magicians are wiped, and it looks like round one goes to the ROOOLLIN Thunder.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
So, of course, in traditional competitive way, they will have to push it all the way to the end here, just like they did. Now, if they do that the same, basically with the same results, however, it will go to a coin flip, and it will basically be whoever picks up this first point on the coin flip, whoever happens to be attacking wins. Again, this map, probably more than the rest of them, is very highly criticized for that. But let's go ahead and see what the defending team is going to have. Looks like they're still sort of debating exactly what they're going to do. Where are they? Oh yeah, they're still in spawn. So we should be seeing them coming out very shortly. And looks like for this defending team, we have the Warp Storm on Genji. And coming up from the rear, we have Meg on Jin with this Tracer. Now, of course, those of you in the TNRPG community or other communities, you know, the Genji is being played by Zach, the Tracer is being played by Austin. We come over here to the attacking side. And while this, of course, can change at any point, it looks like they're having a little dance party in there right now. What are they? It's competitive. Come on. Shape up. Well, I guess, you know, they're stretching their legs, stretching their muscles. So we are going with a double damage dealing characters here, which is interesting because not only are they damage dealing, but they are also both primarily flank characters. Now, this first point isn't really flank friendly, so it's very... I'm a little curious about why they made this decision, but we'll see where this goes. Especially going up against this Reinhardt and this Lucio. Lucio is basically going to get to do a good bit of damage hiding behind this shield. Looks like Reinhardt charges in, doesn't find his target. We've got the Tracer and the Genji sort of focusing down the support from the looks of it. One sort of seems to run away and the other just sort of takes up the damage there. However, the Genji does go down. It looks like it's Tracer all alone against these two guys, but oh, Reinhardt's so strong. He got the muscles. He can hammer down whenever he wants to. Yeah, it looks like Tracer's gonna have a really hard time pushing in through here. Looks like the Warp Storm is coming up as a Reaper. However, this Tracer is just not able to do anything except for sort of annoy and poke this point. Sort of biding time for this Reaper to come out. Now, this Reaper might be a good choice because He is a tank stomper, and just like that, he is able to take down the Reinhardt and cleans up with that Lucio with the help of the Tracer. So, it looks like the Reaper was a very good choice for combating that tank, but still, with those lack of support characters, Tracer is basically sitting around with very little health, having to find some health somewhere. Yeah, the Tracer Genji was not working out, but this seems to at least hold the point for now. Looks like the Reaper is getting some higher ground, and we see the attacking team coming out with a slightly different loadout. We are actually contradicting what I was saying earlier. I didn't think we were going to see an Ana, but here she is, in the flesh. This is a very new character. We haven't really had a chance to master. I wouldn't say anyone has had the chance to master Ana fully yet, at least as much as other characters. The Reaper has sort of an unfortunate warp right down into the fray, and with Ana just sort of there to take folks down and sleep them up. Oh, we got a little bit of taunting going on here. As long as we keep it sportsmanlike. But yeah, just with the Ana there, that support in that tank, no one was really able to do anything about that. Especially that unfortunate Reaper just sort of teleport right into Reinhardt's hammer. That was a big deal. It basically took down half of his health in one swing. So we'll have to see how the Rolling Thunder is going to adjust from this. Now, looks like we've still got the Reaper, but it looks like something else is coming out. I think we've settled on the Reinhardt now. So we've got a very similar Reinhardt versus Reinhardt here. However, we'll have to see if this Reaper is able to take down the support Ana before it can basically turn the tides of battle. Again, we have these defensive teams who are not playing supportive characters, and it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. Looks like it, with the help of the Ana, Reinhardt is able to take down the Warp Storm, that Reaper, and looks like we're just chasing down the other Reinhardt, and that's just sort of what's happening. Had a little ring around the rosy match for a minute there, but Rolling Thunder gets wiped again. Now this is going to be interesting because they are definitely going to be taking this next point here. If they take this final point, we are going down to the coin flip, which would be a terrible way to end this first match. Alas, it's happening. So, we see people coming around the bend here. We've got a Pharah now, Pharaoh, however you want to pronounce it, providing some good spam. You usually see Pharah on this last point used pretty well, but oh, we have a Reaper ult there, not really finding any targets. Got Ana down pretty low, and Ana's being kind of ballsy coming up here trying to support the tank. Apparently felt pretty confident that they could get away with it. And the Pharah goes down to the Reinhardt. Looks like Ana gets taken up by the Reaper though, so we've got sort of a Reaper v Reinhardt situation there, and just barely, with like fourth his health left, the Reaper is able to pull it through. Now, we do have someone from Rolling Thunder able to go support. However, it looks like they're rolling out the Bastion, which is an interesting choice here. Will the Reaper be spawning as something else? No, he's just getting a health back. Looks like we decided to forego the Ana here and go ahead and spawn the 76 for the Magicians. We will have to see how it works out for them. Looks like the Reaper is coming down, meets the Reinhardt's hammer more than a couple times. Looks like that Bastion, I didn't even see what happened to him. I guess he just went down way too quickly there. And with the wipe there, it seems that almost certainly they will be getting this last point unless something can be done. No, it looks like it is going to come down to this final coin flip. If I set this all up correctly. I'm hoping I did. Yep, and there goes the coin flip. It looks like the attacking team is the blue team, which, as a reminder, is the Magicians. We saw both teams able to, of course, capture all the points. However, this first point will be highly reduced in time to 2 minutes, so we will have to see if they can do it quick enough. If they get it in 2 minutes, they are victorious. If not, the round will go to the Rolling Thunder. Looks like as of now, we have Rolling Thunder doing basically the tried and true Mercy and Roadhog defense. Whereas we see The Magicians up at the top looks like they're trying to you know, a little something new. We've got a Mei and a Gorilla. It's going to be pretty interesting. We're already seeing some predictions in the chat. We'll have to see how this goes. But another concern. I mean, I'll say it. You don't have a support character. It's kind of iffy. Looks like the Rollin' Thunder are learning that lesson though, using the combo that they were successful on in the attacking phase, using it on defense now. Of course, both of these characters are very good for defense. I mean, all support characters, all tanks, I want to argue, are at least pretty good on both sides, maybe with the exception of Symmetra, of course. But we'll have to see how it goes down. It's really going to come down to, at this point, how good the hooks are, how smart the Mei plays, and if these reses are going to come into play. Because there is time to get your ult as Mercy, but just barely enough time, especially after that little nerf we saw in the most recent patch. So, Mei is coming up from the top. Looks like the monkey is being very cautious, moving very slowly. Oh, and they're popped behind the corner. Just a completely surprising attack on the Mei. Looks like the Winston is going exclusively for this Mercy, which is a very smart play. However, now that they're hooked... Oh, still manages to get that Mercy down. Looks like it's a tank v tank scenario. However, one tank can heal themselves, which is going to give them the slight advantage and cause the Winston to back off a bit. They only have a minute to push all the way to the last point there. We have an interesting situation where it seems that the Roadhog did not actually back up. They're going to try to take both of these guys out on their own. Manages to get people down pretty low, but unfortunately, because he decided to go on without his support character, they managed to go down. Looks like Mercy managed to get a pick on the tank there, and the Mei is the only one up. Will they have time to get back? It looks like we do have one character. They did not switch to a quicker character to get on this point. There's only one person capturing. It is the Mei. Will this be it? Will this be the first round? Coming down to it, no. It looks like the Roadhog will be able to make it back up in time. Oh, but this wall. Looks like he is able to still technically stand on the point, though. The wall did not come out far enough. Looks like they're being held back, especially by this ult, by the Winston, keeping them all pushed back. Meanwhile, the Mei is capping, and that is it, folks. Team 2, the Magicians, win by a slow margin. Just a very, very, very close game. Let's watch us play the game. This was a dice play the game. Oh, this is when the Reaper sort of just like dropped down into the hammer. That was a huge dunzy there. Quick swings of the hammer and a taunt to finish it off. Very well played by all. So that is going to wrap up this first match. Rollin' Thunder versus the Magicians. Magicians taking it in overtime.